Welcome back, everybody, back to Dan-A-Plooza. I'd like to go ahead and thank my guests, but let us do the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the following podcast is scheduled for one fall. My guest next to me is the incredible, amazing, talented actress, Eliska Hahn.
Hi.
Hi.
It's
We
great
do
to be back.
a ring announcer introduction now.
That's fantastic. I've never had that before.
So those watching and future watching, check out her website. It is www.eliskahahn.com. If you are a binger on the Netflix series, make sure to check out the show Rustin, which will be coming out shortly. And then also later this year, look out for the film Ambrosia. We do not know the streaming service, so stay tuned. We'll let you know. And on the social media Facebook page, check out Eliska Hahn for all her updates and projects she's currently working on. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan. I really appreciate it. Rustin is actually out now on Netflix, just to let your listeners know. It came out in November of last year. It's a feature film. And what's really cool is the star of the film, Coleman Domingo, has just been nominated for an Oscar. He was nominated about 3.5 weeks ago. So we'll be watching over the next couple of weeks for the Oscars when they come on to see he's up for lead male actor in a feature film. I'm just a small featured extra in that movie, but the movie that you mentioned, Ambrosia, I'm the lead female in that, and it's an independent film, a comedy that's gonna, like I said, come out later this year. And then I just wrapped a project in the Los Angeles area in California called The Christmas Special. It's a Christmas movie,
Ooh.
and my character's name is Cara, and that should be out for this next Christmas. Again, I'm not sure which streaming service will buy it, and maybe it'll be self for several that buy it. You never know about these things, but I always update my website and my Facebook page so people can find me.
All right. And we look forward to those, and we will keep promoting them within the Dan-A-Plooza page. So we welcome everybody to watch. We have a theme tonight for the impression segments. We are doing 80s theme. That is why I have the ridiculous background behind me right now. If you see me disappearing, I'm not John Cena. That's just the background. But let us get on to the honors segment. So we here at Dan-A-Plooza would like to honor Eliska Hahn for everything that she has done for Dan-A-Plooza. If we had a wall of fame, we would put your name up there with a plaque, but we we do not because of budgets and everything. There would be music playing, but we honor you because what, ladies and gentlemen, what you don't realize is when I first started this adventure, not too many years ago, but a couple years ago, is going Star Wars saying almost many, many years ago, but a few years ago, when we first started doing Dan-A-Plooza, 2021, Eliska was one of the first guests on Dan-A-Plooza. And I will be releasing that episode, so you'll be able to watch the old episodes along with the newer episodes. But I remember at one point in time, there was we were going to have you as a guest, but there was a power outage. There was an electrical storm, and we had to reschedule. But we honor you for always taking the time to be on Dan-A-Plooza. You've been always a very wonderful guest, supporter, great friend, very talented on the big screen and the little screen. So we like to thank you personally from me and all the other people who watch on Dan-A-Plooza. We like to honor you in the Dan-A-Plooza honor segment.
Thank you so much. And I have really enjoyed so much watching this grow, watching what you've done with this show over the last few years has been great. As we were just saying before we started broadcasting, I've known you for over 10 years, and just watching you grow as, a host, as an actor, and as my friend. It's been, I'm honored as well.
Thank you. We're glad to have you here. And now it's time for Dan the Man Does Impressions segment. So let's spin that wonderful wheel and see what 80s back in time vibe we go for. All right. Let me go ahead and get my stopwatch for
Okay.
30 seconds. It is Eye of the Tiger.
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
It's the eye of the tiger, it's the feel of the fight, and I come when I'm rising to be eye of the tiger. Dun, 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 dun. Feeling hungry. You take the beat of the tiger. All right. So that's that one.
Pretty good. I was around when that came out on the radio the first time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I started in radio in the late 1980s. So truly I was young.
Oh,
when that,
yeah.
but that's timeless. I mean, Eye of the Tiger, you can still hear that, and it just takes me right back to junior high and high school and my 20s. So that's so you did pretty good.
All right. It is Whip It by Devo.
Oh,
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ding, 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 ding. When you see a problem come along, you must whip it. Whip it good. Ding, 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 ding. Move forward, back ahead to whip it. Crack that whip. Ding, 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 ding. I said whip it. Whip it good. Ding, 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 ding. All right.
Good. Very good. You did a pretty good job with that one too.
It's not like I put them on my playlist before we started. There it is, baby. All right. It is Walk Like an Egyptian by the Bangles.
Bangles. I remember playing this on the radio too. This came out in 1988 or 89.
All right. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Walk like an Egyptian, way-oh, way-oh. All the cops in the donut shop say, way-oh, way-oh, walk like an Egyptian. Way-oh, way-oh. All right.
Excellent.
All right. You want to do one or two more, and then we'll get back to questions.
Do another one. Sure. This is all the stuff I grew up with, so I love it.
There was one time where someone just wanted me to keep doing it.
Well, it's
Tried to
fun.
tell them I was gonna run out of gas. What do we got? It is Men at Work. Down
Oh,
Under.
yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Ding, 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 ding. I saw a strange lady. She made me nervous. She made me breakfast and said, "Do you come from a land down under? Better run, better take cover." Ding, 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 ding. Do you come from a land down under? Do you hear the thunder? Better run, better take cover.
And you can't forget that they talk about having a Vegemite sandwich
Oh
in this
yes,
song.
he made me a
any
sandwich.
song that can talk, any song that can incorporate Vegemite, I think is a classic.
Made me a sandwich. All right, do one more. Ghostbusters.
Oh, great! One of my favorite movies. One of my
Mhm.
just movies that you can watch 1,000 times and you never get tired of it.
Oh yeah. Are you ready?
Mhm.
Something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Bustin' makes me feel good. Do, 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 do. I ain't afraid of no ghost. No, 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 no. Yeah, 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 yeah. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Ghostbusters. All right.
Great. Well, you got to take me down memory lane
I
because
know.
I was alive and jamming to all those songs when they first came out.
And that was Dan the Man Does Impressions segment.
Good job.
And the other impressions we've done is we did horror icons last time.
Uh-huh.
And then we did movies.
Oh, movies. Oh, very cool. So you just kind of have a wheel of movies or a wheel of horror. I guess that you can't do Michael Myers though, because everybody. I mean, if anybody's watched me on your show, they know that I was in Halloween Kills,
Mm-hmm.
but Michael doesn't make any sound.
I know someone wanted me to put Michael and Jason. I was going to be like,
Yeah. What do you do? What do you do for that? Yeah, but Michael just like doesn't have anything. He's not supposed. That's part of his scary. That's what makes him scary is he doesn't make any noise. Just that breathing.
Yeah, yes, someone said just have the mask and breathe for
Yeah,
30
that's it.
seconds.
Exactly.
um, I did Rocky Horror Picture Show
Nice.
as
Very
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
very cool.
I did what else was it? There was that one, Beetlejuice. That
Oh,
one got
they're remaking that.
yes.
That's coming out again. Or they're doing a remake of it. I'm really excited. I love that. That's one of my
Did
favorites.
did you see there's a video where they're showing different Batmans to Danny DeVito and he says that Michael is his Batman because they worked on Batman Forever.
Oh my goodness. No, I haven't seen that video, but that's so cool. Yeah, that because I lived in Coriopolis, Pennsylvania for a period of time, and that is Michael Keaton's hometown. Every
Yeah.
time I would go to the post office, they had his 8x10 signed above the post office window.
Aw.
Yeah, it was really cool. I'm sure it's still there, but yeah, he's actually originally born and raised in Coriopolis, Pennsylvania, which is right outside Pittsburgh.
They hand him a picture and it's an 8x10 of Michael Keaton and they go, which Batman? He goes, this is my favorite. This is my Batman.
Mine too. Mine too. I have
And
to.
when they ask him, he goes, no, I like this Batman. he's
And
and then they asked about Colin being the Penguin from the Batman
Mhm.
series.
Yeah.
And he's like, I like Colin, but my Penguin's better. And he's hooked up to a lie detector test.
Uh-huh.
And they
Well,
said,
I would have to agree with him. I loved his penguin. I thought it was fantastic. And I love anything that Michael Keaton does. I actually follow
oh,
him
yeah.
on Instagram, and he's so much fun to follow. He's still a very big Pittsburgh sports team fan. He loves
Oh,
baseball,
yes.
loves Pittsburgh Pirates, so he's always posting about them and the Steelers and the Pens. So yeah, yeah, it's really cool. He comes home with a lot actually.
Oh, yeah. I've read about that. Um, and he asked in the lie detector test, was he telling the truth? And it shows that he is. And
Mhm.
then Danny goes, hee hee. The little giggle.
That's funny.
um, we've also given a chance if people want to ask me questions too. Some people have done that. Uh,
Oh. So I'll ask you. I'm good because I used to be in radio, so I got to interview people all the time. So I'll ask you a couple questions. Um,
okay.
so what inspired you to do Dan-A-Plooza? We probably had this conversation several years ago
Oh, yeah.
before you started it, but just remind me. So what? Yeah, what was your inspiration?
So the thing was, I had always watched talk shows, and I always wanted to do a talk show. Craig Ferguson was one of my favorites, even though he was a bit over the top. I like that he could be silly and entertain. Um, Talk shows should have like that entertaining aspect, and sometimes they get away from it, and sometimes they make the show all about themselves and not about the guests. Like they got to get the punchline and the jokes. And I
Hmm.
said, well, I always wanted my own show, and I'll just give it a go and just see. And I didn't know if it was going to last a month, 4 years. You know, I'm like, let's see how long it can go and the longevity. And so when I did this, I said, what is usually the thing that takes the biggest hit when we run into financials, pandemic? What's usually the first thing to go? It's the arts, it's the entertainment.
Yeah,
It's usually the first thing they pull the plug on.
yeah.
So my thing was, what if I gave people an avenue and a platform to be on a show and to be different? Because in the podcast world, if you go to a certain type of category and guest, and if you're not like well known or sponsors or this or that, you dry up really quickly.
Hmm.
So I said, if I do different guests that have never been done before, there might be more longevity to it than if I just stay in a certain realm, like the actors realm. So
Yeah,
my
that's
thing was to bring different people and to just see if they liked it, if they wanted to do it, and how far it could go. Very Disney
Yeah,
Moana for
because
me,
you
but
have brought people from a lot of different backgrounds, not just actors, not just models or dancers or musicians, but all voiceover people. I mean, you kind of hit a wide variety of entertainers.
yes. And it's amazing because I didn't know when I retired that semi-retired. We're going to say semi-retired. We're not going to say
Yeah.
officially. Uh, we didn't. I didn't know that people were going to miss it. I got messages that people were going to miss it, and I was shocked that people would miss it because while it's done well, there are a lot more other podcasts going on. A lot more people and with views and everything. And I didn't know how much of an impact it made until I got messages 2 months ago.
But that's the thing when you're real with people and
Mm-hmm.
you just kind of put yourself out there and you can
Oh
be
yeah.
silly and funny and just talk about
Mhm.
whatever. I think people that really resonates with people. I mean,
It does.
it doesn't have to be a show doesn't have to be highly produced or have a lot of sponsorships or any sponsorships. You're just because there are a lot of people especially during the pandemic. But the world is different now since the pandemic happened, and there are a lot of people that they're just kind of at home, and the internet, the people that they find that do these types of shows on the internet become their friends, and they become, people that they relate to and resonate with, and they really have fun with those people, and so they're friends, but they're entertainment. And no, I think that you've done a really great job at, like I said,
Aw,
in a lot of different types of people from the giant world that is, entertainment.
thank you. Um, but yeah, if I had to say who inspired me, is a bit of Craig Ferguson, a bit of Conan O'Brien, uh, and it would have to be a bit of Jimmy Fallon. So
Oh yeah. Let's see. I love Jimmy. I love all the ones you mentioned, but probably, and my husband and I, always getting into this argument, like not real argument, but kind of a play argument, because I like Jimmy Fallon and he likes Jimmy Kimmel,
ah,
and I like Jimmy Fallon because he's sillier, and he likes Jimmy Kimmel because he's more serious and will kind of take more political jabs and things like that. When I'm watching like late night television, the last thing I want to think about is politics and stuff.
mhm.
So I kind of like that, because just kind of like how you did the wheel of songs,
Oh
and
yeah.
oh my gosh, Jimmy Fallon is so well known for all of his different games that he has with his guests, and it's fun, and it's great. It's good entertainment.
Indeed, it is. It's a classic. Um, did you have something else for me?
Um, yeah. So, if you go into semi-retirement, because I would
Yes.
like to think that taking a break is not really retirement. And that's okay. Like we were talking about before we started recording, I think that everybody that's creative, including myself, I mean, I've been at this for 36 years. I've been, in the entertainment world for 36 years this year. And you do have periods where you do have to step away from it, because it is, it's a very draining world. But what would be the one thing that you miss the most about doing this every week?
From doing this is creating opportunities for people.
That's fantastic. Is there like one or two people that you really have been able to help or open some doors for?
Yes. I did not know that I was opening doors and until someone told me I opened a door. And it's my friend All Natural Ashley. She's a
Hmm.
wrestler in PA,
Yeah.
and her dream is to be a wrestler on television. And she got to be interviewed by my friend Goldilocks, who used to work in TNA wrestling,
Hmm.
and she never would have been known if she didn't know who Dan was. They
Hmm.
never would have connected unless I had mentioned it. So that was kind of like someone she always wanted to interview. And the fact that I have her talking with some of the Glow wrestlers from the 80s, uh,
Oh,
she's really cherished it. So with All Natural Ashley, um, there was someone else. I think some of the people have never been on camera before. So uh, I know that Marcy also enjoyed it when we did our Wayne and Garth impersonation together. So for some of these people, no acting experience at all or
right.
no time on camera. Um, they like that it's short time frame because some
Yeah.
people have gone an hour or an hour and a half and then their brain is fried
Right. Right.
because they can no longer process. So um, they had the baby steps of doing my show before they did other shows.
Hmm.
Um, and the fact that I've reached out to other podcasts and I'm finding homes for my guests before I take a break so that way they can still be heard. So,
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah,
yes.
that really is, because it. I think it's a give and take anytime that you're an entertainer, or a host like yourself. I know whether I'm doing theater or television or movies, it takes a lot from me, but I get a lot from it too. So, it feeds something inside of me. I wouldn't have stuck with it for 36 years if it did not.
Oh yeah.
Um, and it's, because some of the most precious things are just like, when I've been on the air at radio stations, 10, 15, 20 years ago, and maybe somebody's mom just passed, and they would call me and say,
Wow.
could you play this song? My mom just passed. This was her
Mhm.
favorite song. It would mean a lot to me if you would play this song for her tonight. And doing things like that those are my most precious things. It's not just all the limelight stuff. In fact, very little of it is that, because movie making and being in radio is hard. It's
Right.
terrible hours. I mean, just on this last movie, I think my call time one morning was 5 a.m. West Coast time, and we were on set on a sound stage for 14 or 15 hours. So it's not as glamorous as everybody thinks that it is. And even that little snippet where you see me in Rustin, the movie that's out on Netflix right now, you only see me for like 2 or 3 seconds. That took 12 hours to film in
Oh
Pittsburgh.
wow.
That day was an all day. I had to leave here, I live about an hour south of Pittsburgh with rollers in my hair at about 4:30 in the morning, and I had to be in downtown Pittsburgh on a bus being taken to hair and makeup at 7 o'clock. So, and it was raining, and it was so. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize how hard people that are in the entertainment and the arts really work and sacrifice for what they do and what they love.
All right. Is there anything you want to say on Dan-A-Plooza as we wrap it up?
Just that I've always loved being here, and when you come back, I will come back if you will have me.
All right. We will definitely do that. I want to thank my guests, the lovely, talented Eliska Hahn, for being on Dan-A-Plooza. We will be back in March with a women's wrestling panel, and we will have Marcy Lay, and then we'll take a break in April and May. So everyone take care and have a good